first arrived, I fell in love with St. Paul's. It's hard not to. The beauty of liturgy. I grew up with Roman Catholic, and I always loved it, and this was even better than I remember there. And the genuine warmth of the people and the welcome. Oh, the welcome was amazing. But I have to admit, I kept my distance. I got used to what some might use the term flying below the radar, or keeping a low profile. Enjoying all this, receiving all this, and then going off in my merry little way. And I thought to myself, I'll get there somewhere along the line, I'll get more involved, but later. Then the pandemic struck, and things changed. Connection was everything. I looked forward to whatever bit of St. Paul's that I could get. Daily, Father Daniel had been giving a live stream meditation each morning, and I looked forward to it as if it was what I could just breathe. There was one particular prayer that I was not yet familiar with, and I hear it often now because it's very frequently done. It's a Celtic variation on, I think, St. Patrick's breastplate, and it's Christ in my heart that I may, Christ in my mind that I may see what is true, Christ in my mouth that I may speak with power, and then it's Christ in my heart that I may learn to be loved. And whenever I hear that, I'm like, oh, well, they already told me I'm loved, what's this learn to be loved business? But slowly and gradually, I've been learning that I need to learn. And this is the process, and it really is about being more involved and more a part of it and not shying away. And this is what I needed to learn. For me, it's an ongoing process, this learning, and one that I need to be actively involved in. It's a verb. Love is a verb, and not just a noun. It's not something I just receive. And that idea of learn by doing, I have to do. And it's something that I'm still learning, and I will continue to learn, and I realize that now. But one thing that I never guessed is that it would also be full of surprises and fun. And that has been something I'm really surprised every day. It just keeps changing. And way back, and it only came to me recently, was somebody had said to me, I kept on saying, I'm new, because I just didn't get involved, and when I didn't know anybody, it was fine. I'm new, I was saying it for a long time. Well, I finally said, somebody said to me, you should get involved, do something, maybe bake bread. Well, I'm a person who would mess up the cake mix. So that was like, I must have looked at her like she had two heads. And I said, well, I'll do something, but I don't know what. Well, fast forward, and there was a need for bakers, and every so often there's a need. They don't come to you directly and say, please do this, but they'll just, when there's a need, say so. And by this time, I was actually ready to try something new and do whatever it was. And now, full disclosure, I have a bread machine. It makes it a lot easier. I'm not messing up. That's why I was afraid I was going to mess up. But little things like that, whatever it is, it doesn't even have to be something that you're good at. I mean, I did get into painting. I've always been painting on and off in my whole life, and that's also a practice. It's all a part of practice. That's what love is, practice. You practice it in different ways. Sometimes it's the things you're familiar with, and sometimes not so familiar. In my case, the bread. And the other thing I did want to share is that not only can you do more than you think you can do, but you have more than you think. That idea of the abundance. I have to admit that every so often I hear that, and I'm like, yeah, okay. But when I was retiring, I said to myself, well, I was already, on the automatic donation, and I said, I'm probably going to have to reduce that. But time ran away from me, and I never notified the bank, and I just filled out the pledge card, and I went with the same thing. It was fine. It was totally fine. In fact, it tells me I probably could have been donating more before, but that's another story. But you have more than you think you have is what I've learned, and also that you can do more than you think you can do, and that each day it's through this connection. It's the simple things that just saying yes is really what it's all about, and then you can learn love, and that's what love is teaching me. And I'm very grateful, and it had to be here in St. Paul's. This was my path, and I can't be any other way for me. But hopefully it's for you as well.